What is going on? Fork and Spoon MTG here with another video. This is going to be a deck unboxing video for a Precon. This is from the Warhammer 40K set that was released. They released 4 different decks. It was probably one of the coolest sets that I've seen that came out outside of Lord of the Rings. I think the Warhammer 40K is an incredible set, and I think some of the Precons just right out of the box are incredibly powerful. Now, the one that I decided that I wanted the most was going to be the Forces of the Imperium, and this one has got a very strong couple of commanders. Most Precons have a main commander, and they also have a alternate commander. So this is going to be the deck that we're going to be opening today. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Okay, so here we have got the Forces of the Imperium Precon. This face commander is Inquisitor Greyfax. Now, I think that this commander is strong in the 99. I am going to be switching her out, however, for the alternate commander. So as soon as we get this box opened up here, we'll take a look at it. So there's the box. Okay, the deck box comes with, nice little tokens. I don't use these personally, but if you're a collector for a lot of the little goodies that they produce when it comes to a deck box like this, these boxes, they pack with lots of different things. There's a little card here, and on the other side we've got a damage counter. We normally theme it for the face commander, and we've got a pamphlet here that shows Inquisitor Greyfax, and then shows Marneus Calgar. Now, Marneus Calgar is going to be the main commander that we're going to use, so I think that is going to be the stronger commander. I love the style of token generation, and card draw on a commander is a very powerful thing to have. So right here we've got another little thing that comes with it. You just unfold it and it kind of automatically clicks into place. It is what they consider a deck box, but I would go out and get yourself a, just about any deck box would be better. This barely holds unsleeved cards. It fits them, but as soon as you start putting some sleeves on there, you're going to start filling it up really fast, especially if you're trying to hold things like this. So for any beginners, I tell them, try to get a mat and a deck box if you buy a Precon too. So let's go ahead and open this. All right, now I have been waiting for months for this Precon. Now I'll put up the price of the Precon and the other ones that are available. There's 4 of them that come from the Warhammer 40K set, but this one is definitely going to be my favorite. I love the theme of Space Marines and everything that they are about. So this face commander here is Inquisitor Greyfax. She is, for 1, a white, blue, and a black. She's a 3 with vigilance and unquestionable wisdom. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance. So vigilance is a great feature and a great keyword to have on your cards because it avoids crackback, so you're going to be protected from a lot of that. And then she also has Hunt for Heresy. You could pay 1 and tap target creature an opponent controls and investigate. Create a clue token. It's an artifact with pay 2 and sacrifice this artifact and draw a card. So she even has some card draw. So you're looking at a couple good commanders for this Precon. These are some of the stronger Precons that I've seen, especially the mono black deck. That one's incredible. I got a buddy that plays that one, and it just goes very well against many powerful decks. And I think he's done very minimal, if anything, to that deck. I think he may have just brought it right out of the box. So this is going to be our main commander, Marneus Calgar. He is a 3/5. for 2, a white, blue, and a black, and he has double strike and master tactician. When 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So if you have 2 cards, individual cards that create token generation, you are going to be able to create even more card draw. And he also has Chapter Master. For 6, you can create 2 white Astartes warrior creature tokens with vigilance. So more vigilance, not all creatures like Inquisitor Greyfax, but a very good commander. And I do have 1 card that I plan on swapping out, and I will show you. It's a good token generator. I think it kind of fits the universe a little bit, and there we have it. So let's separate it just in half here. So for this, we're just going to go through all the cards, and then I'm going to show you how I plan on storing them and what I plan on swapping out and putting in. So, and they shall know no fear. For 1 and a white, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1 and +0 until and gain indestructible until the end of turn. Grey Knight Paragon, creature 4/4 for 4 and a white. He's got flash. Rites of Banishment. When Grey Knight Paragon enters the battlefield, destroy target attacking creature. If that creature is a demon, exile it instead. Space Marine Scout for 2 and a white. First strike and vigilance, concealed position. When Space Marine Scout enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you may search your library for a plains card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So that's a good one to, if somebody's getting a little advantage on you. I love this clan from Warhammer 40K, the Thunderwolf clan, and this is a really cool card. Thunderwolf Cavalry for 4 and a white. He has first strike and crushing teeth. Whenever Thunderwolf Cavalry deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on each other creature you control. Sicarian Infiltrator, he's got flash, and for 2 and a blue, he's got squad 2. So a lot of these cards, squad is a big feature in this, where you can pay an additional 2 any number of times. So if you have more than 3, if you got 5, 7, if you have 9, you get this squad multiplies. Create that many tokens that are copies of it. So that's very cool. So make some extra copies. Benediction of the Omnissiah. When Sicarian Infiltrator enters the battlefield, draw a card. So a little more card draw there. Sanguinary Priest, he's got Lifelink and Blood Chalice. Whenever another creature you control dies, Sanguinary Priest deals 1 damage to any target. Deny the Witch, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Its controller loses life equal to the number of creatures. But these are by far, some of the coolest art because they stuck to the Warhammer 40K art. And that's what they did with the Lord of the Rings precons. That's what I'm hoping they do with all the Hobbit cards. I'm sure they will. But the fact that it's all original art for these cards is incredible. It just gets you really into the universe that you're playing with. Primaris Chaplain, he's got Battle Cry. Whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. And Rosarius, whenever Primaris Chaplain attacks, it gains indestructible until the end of turn. So you want to be swinging with this guy. Swords to Plowshares, great card. Exile target creature, its controller gains life equal to its power. Reconnaissance Mission, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. And this got cycling too, so you can pay 2, discard it, and draw a card. Mortify, look at that, just cutting right into either a demon or a Tyranid. It looks kind of like a demon. Destroy target creature or enchantment. Mindstone, even some of these that you'll find in a lot of other precons have their own art. Really cool. Mindstone has tap it for a colorless, or pay 1 and sack it and draw a card. Skull Clamp, I love this card, and I love the art on this. It's crazy cool. Equipped creature gets +1/-1. Whenever it dies, draw 2 cards, and it has a 1 equip cost, so it's very cheap to equip to a creature. Good to put on probably some of those tokens, those 2/2s, if you think they're going to be, you need some extra card draw. Soul Ring, this is an incredible art on it. Tap it and add 2, one of the best mana rocks in the game. All the stars in the galaxy, Soul is of the Emperor. Its heat is his might, its light is his revelation. That's pretty cool. Talisman of Dominance, so we got a couple different talismans in here. We got Talisman of Dominance and Talisman of Hierarchy. Tap it for a colorless or one of the 2 colors, and it will deal 1 damage to you. So talismans are great. 3 talismans. That's incredible. We got a Tri-Land here. I love that there's 3 talismans. They made these Warhammer 40K decks genuinely strong. I really am not doing anything to this deck except for swapping 1 card out, and you'll see that in a minute. Ash Barrens, tap for a colorless, basic land cycling. Memorial to Glory, enters tapped, tap it for a colorless, or pay 3 and a white, sack it, and create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Arcane Signet, tap for 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Commander Sphere, lots of staples. You got this one, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity, or sack it and draw a card. And Command Tower, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Great card. So we got a life gain, dual land, sack land, add 1 mana. So Path of Ancestry is great if your creatures share a color identity, including your commander. If you cast that, you get to scry. So great deck, manipulation. Checking that out. Scoured Barrens, Terramorphic Expanse, Celestine, the Living Saint, Defenders of Humanity. I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker. For the Emperor, just want to be able to show you guys what's in the Precon. Space Marine Devastator. These are the cards that I want this deck for. These are so cool. Squad 2. We already went through that, but Grav Cannon. When Space Marine enters the battlefield, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment. Triumph of St. Catherine. She's got lifelink, and when Triumph of St. Catherine dies, exile it at the top. It and the top 6 cards of your library in a face-down pile. You may shuffle the pile and put it back on top of your library. This is a crazy cool card. Ultramarines Honor Guard with Squad 2. Other creatures get +1. Vexilus Praetor, great card. Zephyrim, Human Warrior, Sister of Silence. So you'll see a lot of cards with Flash and Squad. So you can pair some of those. Look at that. Arco Flagellant. You can't block, but you can pay 3 life and he gains Indestructible. So that's pretty cool. He also has Squad. Lots of Squad cards. I love it because if you're running low and you just have 1 or 2 creatures in your hand and you're just drawn into one or another and you're hitting a bunch of lands, it's nice to have cards that have Squad because you could pay just the base, or it really just scales well with the game. So that is why we love Squad. Assault Intercessor, First Strike and Menace. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. So some incredible drain there. Belisarius Call, Birth of the Imperium, Calidus Assassin, Commissar Severina Rain, Company Commander, Cybernetica Datasmith, Epistolary Librarian, Exterminatus, a board wipe. Non-land permanents your controls lose Indestructible until the end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. That's huge. It costs 7. That's so expensive, but to get around Indestructible is massive. The Flesh is weak. Inquisitor Eisenhorn, Naam Shai Murad, Sister Hospitaller, yep, we'll just go with that. Sister Repentia, the Golden Throne, Inquisitor Rosette, Knight Paladin. These vehicles are so cool. Like Reaver Titan, read this. So Void Shields, protection for mana value 3 or less. Gatlin Blaster, whenever Reaver Titan attacks, deals 5 damage to each opponent. And Crew 4, tap any number of creatures you control with total power 4 or more. This creature becomes an artifact creature at the end of turn. So it's just an artifact, but it can get crewed until the end of turn. Redemptor Dreadnought, so it's just awesome artifact creatures. Thunderhawk Gunship. I actually like vehicles in this one. I would naturally not go for vehicles a whole lot in other types of decks, but this is one that we're going to be definitely playing some vehicles. Deploy to the front to create X/1/1 white creature tokens, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. Great way to fill up that board again, especially if people are getting ahead of you. Entrapment Maneuver. I think this deck is just very versatile in a lot of different game styles. So Fell the Mighty, that's also in the Hobbit's Precon. So we'll see if that's still in there. I've modified that a lot more than I will be doing this. Like I said, just 1 card in here is gone. And that is Inquisitor Eisenhorn. I think he's good, but I have another card that I'd like to do some more. Rather than investigating, I'd rather just do a little bit of token doubling. Hour of Reckoning, Launch the Fleet, Marshall Coop, lots of token generators, lots of card draw. Everflowing Chalice is a great one. And then here we've got some different lands. Go through that. Prairie Stream is a great one. And then here we have our basics. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all looking the same, which I think is kind of aesthetically pleasing, but a lot of your lands look the same. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 planes. There you have it. The organization is a little different because this is, depending on the year of the Precon that you buy, you're going to see a different kind of layout. So you got the thick card is Inquisitor Greyfax. So that will probably go on the front of our pack here. And then we've got a couple soldier tokens. They flip for a Zephyrim or a Space Marine Devastator. I'll make sure we get a good look at that. And we got some soldier tokens. On one side, some Astartes Warriors, how to play the game. Good to have those. And then I got clues, Charbel Robots, got this crazy guy, the Arco Flagellant, Vanguard Suppressor, Sicarian Infiltrator, and Ultramarines Honor Guard. So Inquisitor Eisenhorn is going to be getting switched out with Mondrak Glory Dominus. I think this is just a monstrous token generator, so this is the card we'll be swapping out for this one. I just I'm not a big fan of playing demons in my decks, and I also just think that would be a better kind of little swap for it. I'm going to be using some sleeves like this right here. I will put the description of the product. This is a amazing sleeve product. I've got, you know, I use these sleeves for just about every deck that I've put together so far, and I've swapped out some other ones and put these ones in. And then this is the deck box I'll be using. It's a Vensu. So a little spot there to put your show card or whichever token you want to put on there to represent your deck. And then on the inside, it's got a nice storage compartment here that easily holds. I double sleeve all my cards, and I use this Licoro inner sleeves. And these are really good if you like to double sleeve cards. That's a great product. And then this Vensu, right there is the name right there, Vensu. You open it here, easily fits 100 double sleeved here. You can put all your tokens on this side. It comes with a couple dividers, and then you also have a little spot to hold some dice. So it's very good. You can also keep this out if you don't need dice, or if you know, just don't feel like storing them there. You can put some more tokens in there. That is going to do it for the unboxing video for this Precon that we'll be, you know, putting together and hopefully using in the next game night. And in the future, we'll be doing some more deck box openings. We'll be doing some upgraded decks that I have built from scratch and cards that I have added to Precons to show you how I felt like upgrading Precons. So if you feel like sticking around, you know, finding out a little bit more about what we're going to have in the future, feel free to leave a like, comment if you have bought a Precon of the Warhammer 40K and what Precon you got. If you haven't gotten one yet, what do you feel like scooping up? What kind of theme are you into for, you know, a Precon that's themed like this? Because this is just, they killed it with this set. So feel free to comment if you're curious about any future videos, because the goal of this video is to be, or this channel is to be educational and to motivate people to stay in the game, get into the game, learn about it a little bit more, or to you know, just find ways to have a little bit more fun when you're getting together with friends, whether it's around the kitchen table or at the LGS. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.